Check, check, mic test, check. Check, check.
Mic check, 1, 2. Pumuputok, no? Nawawala. Ayan na. Mic check, 1, 2. From time to time, parang nag-on off siya. Mic check, 1, 2.
Welcome back to the PhilSports Arena in Pasig City for the continuation of our Alas Pilipinas Invitationals, as we are set to begin our second match of this doubleheader, and it features our Alas Pilipinas men going up against Osaka Bluton for this day one of the Alas Pilipinas Invitationals. Thank you for joining us over on One Sports Plus and on Pilipinas Live. We take a look at the players. Noel Captain, EJ Casanya, Budin, Malabunga, and the rest of the guys all set to face the team from Japan. And once again, this is our match at hand for September 7 inside the PhilSports Arena. We'd like to thank all our viewers on Signal TV. Dip Dipianco on call for this match, joined by Neil Flores. Neil, exciting times here as our Alas Pilipinas men, it's their turn to go up against a Japan club team.
Well, Dip, we are in the presence of a lot of Olympians, a lot of world-class athletes. This is really a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity for Alas Pilipinas. We are gearing up for the World Championship, so this is going to be great exposure for the boys in white.
Right, great preparation for our national team, of course, to get the matches, the reps in. And what better way to face, of course, a strong team in the Osaka Bluton. And you mentioned already Olympians in their roster. We'll take a look at their lineup in just a bit. But first, for Alas Pilipinas men, we just saw them last in the CV League, where they bagged bronze in both legs. And this is the lineup for today.
Well, for the Josh Ibanez fans out there, I'm sure you will be happy to know that he will be playing in his outside hitter position in the absence of Brian Bagunas and Mark Espejo. Tamar will not be playing as well. So Adrian Villados will be pulling the strings for Alas Pilipinas. They have been successful by bagging back-to-back bronze in the CV League. So they are very excited to really learn from this experience against Osaka Bluton.
Right, and of course, Alas Pilipinas getting that bronze as we take a look at Josh Ibanez, the clamor for him to be a spiker, and we are being given the chance to see him get those attacks in for today. And we talked about, of course, the Alas Pilipinas men. Budin played so well in the Southeast Asian Volleyball League, and he was a two-time best outside spiker in that tournament.
This is just his first stint in the national team. Being a rookie, there aren't a lot of expectations, but you know, the skill level of Mikaelo Budin just really showed in the last editions of the CV League. First time niya in the national team, but back-to-back best outside hitter award agad ang nakuha niya. So he will be leading Alas Pilipinas today against a very strong team from Japan.
He's got that dog in him, talking about Mikaelo Budin. Had to step up, as you mentioned, because of the absence of Brian Bagunas, but he is ready to showcase his talent once again in this matchup. Lipat tayo sa kabila for the Japan club team, for Osaka Bluton and their lineup. Neil, you're able to see them, a lot of familiar faces. Both we've seen them in the VNL and as well as the recent Olympic Games in Paris.
I am out of words just looking at this lineup. Of course, they will be headlined by Eugene Nishida, but you and also see the reinforcement in USA team member Thomas Jeschke, who just finished his stint in the Olympics. They just won bronze, so malakas itong Osaka. I'm very excited to see the best libero of the VNL also in Yamamoto, and Eiro Motoki will be the setter of this Japan team.
Right, even though this is an exhibition game, as we may say, the Invitationals, but obviously these teams will take it seriously, and this is a strong lineup, as you mentioned. Just bagged those medals recently, so we're in for a treat. Let's focus our attention on, does this man need an introduction? Everyone knows this guy, Eugene Nishida, of course, of Osaka Bluton.
He is the crowd favorite, as you can see in the warm-ups. Every time he goes for that hit, nagtitilian yung mga tao dito. Just look at his credentials. Two-time Olympian, and he also won the best opposite spiker in the World Cup in 2019. Best opposite in the entire world. So that says a lot about Eugene Nishida.
This man is no joke. He's ready, of course, to once again be in front of the Filipino crowd. A crowd favorite for sure. Has been here multiple times because of VNL, and right now he's ready to face Alas Pilipinas for this invitational matchup. It's Alas Pilipinas versus Osaka Bluton here on One Sports Plus and on Pilipinas Live.
PhilSports Arena in Pasig City, Philippines for day number 1 of the Alas Pilipinas Invitationals. This is match number 2 of the day, and it features Osaka Bluton and their opponents, Alas Pilipinas. Introducing the 2 referees officiating this match. First referee, Oliver Mora, international referee. Second referee, Herbert Matematico, international referee. Now let's meet the starters. First, for Osaka Bluton. Outside spiker number 6, Thomas Cheshke. Outside spiker number 8, Kenyu Nakamoto. Middle blocker number 10, Akihiro Yamauchi, team captain. Opposite hitter number 11, Eugene Nishida. Setter number 21, Motoki Eiro. Middle blocker number 22, Yuichiro Komiya. Starting libero number 13, Tomihiro Yamamoto. Head coach for Osaka Bluton is Coach Tidi. And now the starters for Alas Pilipinas. Outside spiker number 5, Jay Disquitado. Middle blocker number 7, Kim Malabunga, team captain. Setter number 10, EJ Casanya. Middle blocker number 16, Peng Tagibolos. Opposite hitter number 21, Louis Ramirez. Outside spiker number 22, Boots Putin. Starting libero number 4, Vince Lorenzo. Head coach for Las Pilipinas, Angelino Riconi.
Let's take a look at the starting lineup for Alas Pilipinas men. Jay Disquitado, Louis Ramirez, Tagibolos, Malabunga, Casanya, Budin, and Lorenzo as the libero. Meanwhile, for Osaka Bluton, we've talked about their lineup. Nishida will be there, Jeshki Oswell, Komiya, Eiro, Nakamoto, Yamauchi, and Yamamoto as their libero. We're all set inside the PhilSports Arena in Pasig for the Alas Pilipinas Invitationals. Earlier, we had Alas Pilipinas women show out as well in that game against Saga Hisamitsu Springs. And this time, it's the men's turn to have this invitational match. Thank you for joining us on One Sports Plus and on Pilipinas Live. We can never have enough volleyball, Neil.
Yeah.
This one on a weekend with everything going on. And this is a good size of a crowd inside the venue. Great way to spend your Saturday with us.
This is just the first day of the Invitationals. May day 2 pa tomorrow. So if you cannot watch live today, you can get your tickets for tomorrow. And just to give our fans, or our new volleyball fans, a perspective kung gaano katibay itong Osaka Bluton. They actually won 7 titles already in the club ranks in Japan. Recently, they won the silver and they won 2 bronze medals prior to that season. So they really are one of the best teams in Japan. And the reinforcement in Thomas Cheshke, so he will be a big help in their upcoming campaign.
This is a team that's used to winning. Talking about Osaka Bluton. Meanwhile, Alas Pilipinas, we've talked about it at the top of the coverage. Coming off a good stint at the Southeast Asian Volleyball League. 1 bronze, and what a way to start this match.
All right, so Alas Pilipinas was celebrating, but the ball actually went into the block.
Yeah.
So the point will be awarded to Osaka Bluton.
You can only hope that you can block Nishida for the first point. It's not impossible, but it would be something that you would be proud of as Nakamoto commits a service error.
EJ Casanya is the starting center for Alas Pilipinas.
1-1 here to start the match. Nishida again with a drop this time.
Back-to-back points immediately for Yuji Nishida. I know he took a break after the Olympics. He's taking a break from the national team to focus on his health and his spouse. but you can see that he's still more than capable of scoring big.
Yeah, another service error though for Osaka Bluton. So both points of Alas Pilipinas coming off the service errors. Louis Ramirez ready to serve for the white shirts. Also had a good stint for Alas Pilipinas. Oh, what a hit!
Welcome Osaka Bluton. Thomas Jeschke coming in hot from that fast type attack.
Look at that. Solid hit. And they're back up by a single point. 3 serving 2. Casania tosses to Disquetado. That is slowed down. Set up here. They go to the left side and the cross-court kill. Coming from Kenyu Nakamoto.
Just look at the speed of the offense of this Japanese team. You have to be quick on your feet to be able to get a good touch on their offense.
Casania will set up back row to Budin. That's picked up. Play continues. Cero will... It's a bit tight. Malabunga mistimes it, and it's going to be a violation. So, point goes to the blue shirts, and it's now a 3-point advantage for Osaka Bluton.
Las Pilipinas still trying to establish their own offensive pattern against the boys in blue, the guys in blue.
EJ goes to Malabunga with a solid hit. Too strong that we were victims of that ball flying. Malabunga getting that point for Alas Pilipinas. It's a 2-point game. Edo will back set. Nishida!
You cannot give Yuji Nishida a single block. Malabunga was definitely late on the close-up on that last sequence. Powerful and fast swing there from Nishida.
Frigoni will call for an early timeout. Let's listen in.
Okay? So before you didn't come for a defense there. Understand? And now you are beat. Okay? So we have to defend this. Huh? We are out of it. You see that the ball was out far from our body. So please, go out of the ball.
So quick timeout for Las Pilipinas just to regroup. They're down by 3 points here in set number 1. Ishida with a serve. Lorenzo picks up that first ball. They set up Budin. That is flat. And ball sails out. 4-point lead now for Osaka Bluton.
We're feeling a little bit of nerves from Las Pilipinas, but one thing na nakokontrol naman natin is the first pass. But as I say that, Yuji Nishida scores off that no-touch ace. Las Pilipinas will challenge that call. They believe that it was outside.
Well, let's see based on the challenge if it will be called in or out. You mentioned a couple of service errors for Osaka Bluton, which have given those 3 points to Alas Pilipinas. While we're waiting for the challenge, Neil, just talk about how good of an experience this is for our guys to be playing against this team from Japan.
This is what we need. Again, we're going to compete in a very high-level competition, the World Championship in 2025, and Coach Frigoni just wants to be able to play against stronger teams Challenge is successful. That was outside, so point will swing back to Alas Pilipinas.
That was actually way out. It's just that ang bilis kasi ng bola, so might have given our linesmen a tough time. It's 4-7. They go middle, and that drops.
We've been focusing on the wing spikers, but we have to remember that Hiro Yamauchi is also one of the best middle blockers that Japan has produced over the years.
And we'll take this short break. We'll be back after this.
You're still watching the PNBF Invitationals. Quite a few surprises here for Alas Pilipinas as Owar Tamar and Jao Omandal are not in the lineup, coach's discretion, and just decided today Josh Ibanez back as an open spiker and JP Bugawan playing as a libero. And even after the historic run in the CV League, Coach Angelino says that the team is improving pero hindi pa enough. He says that building a winning team in time for the World Championship is a long process, especially as this team is very young, very inexperienced, not very tall as well. Pero one thing Coach Angelino wants them to see is that this Japanese team is not very tall as well, but they are world-class. At kung kaya nila, kakayanin din ng Alas Pilipinas with a lot of time and a lot of heart. Dipinil.
Thank you, Doreen, for that update. So she mentioned the changes in the roster. Noticeably, we don't have Owar Tamar in the lineup. Jao Mandal as well, and the changes in terms of positioning. But again, this is going to be a process as the points continue to be poured in by Osaka Bluton. This is a year of preparation, more or less, Neil, coming in to the Worlds and that we are hosting. So obviously, we want to put up a good showing.
Even if we don't win, I mean, the most important thing is to learn from this experience. Kanina pa very active si Coach Frigoni on the sideline. Just pointing out the floor defense of Alas Pilipinas. Osaka Bluton has been hitting these sharp angles cross-court. Walang nakapwesto for Alas Pilipinas, but Buds Budin has been the main scorer so far here in this opening set with 2 points, followed by Kim Malabunga with 1.
Buds Budin scored the last 2 points for Alas Pilipinas. This young man is unfazed. You've seen it in past tournaments. But that service sails out. Serving 6. 10-6 is the score here in set number 1. Lasagna tosses to Disquitado. That's going to be a check.
That was a check ball against Yuji Nishida. Jade Disquitado just playing it smart. Seeing and recognizing the double block set up in front of him.
Tagibolos with the serve. 3-point lead. That is checked by Malabunga. They go to the left side and Nishida punches it through.
How do you get a touch on that kind of attack from Yuji Nishida? You have to be able to establish your base first.
Jeschke with the serve this time. Clips the net, picked up by Jade. Disquitado goes up and scores.
Jade Disquitado will tie the output of Buds Budin. It has been the outside hitters of Alas Pilipinas getting the attack points.
Good serve, but a better attack
The precision is just on point for this Japan team. Look at that. No blockers to be found from Alas Pilipinas.
Komiya will be the one to serve. After scoring that point, they go to Malabunga, and he is rejected. That's a tall wall in Yamauchi.
He didn't even have to jump full force to get that kill block.
We saw him stretching earlier. Without having to tiptoe or jump, he could touch the top of the net. The tape of the net. Attack of Ramirez. Well dropped. And that's a point for Louis.
This is what we want to see from Alas Pilipinas. We want to see a balanced scoring output from our attackers.
You mentioned more than the win, it's seeing the execution, seeing the plays of Alas Pilipinas, how they are able to execute, distribute the ball, but that time Desquitado commits a service error.
These are the kinds of simulations that will definitely help our program, because if we want to grow, we have to go up against stronger teams.
Guys who have gone to the
Olympics.
world stage, Olympics.
World Cup, VNL.
Malabunga responds.
That's the perfect height and perfect speed for a quick attack. You want to loosen up the blocking pattern in front of you. Yamauchi was a little bit late.
They go to Nishida. Oh, back row hit.
I don't know what else to say. He's already at 5 points, all from attacks.
Back to a 5-point game. It's 15 serving 10. It's a good first ball coming from Budin. He gets the setup from Casanya, and he scores another one.
Puts Budin just fearless against the block of Osaka Bluton. It was a good rebound though.
That's a good word to describe Puts Budin. The way he's playing. The top scorer so far for Alas Pilipinas. It's a free ball though for the blue shirts. Desquitado got a touch, but he won't be able to recover as we reach the second technical timeout. Osaka up by 5. Back inside the PhilSports Arena in Pasig for the Alas Pilipinas Invitationals. That last hit for Osaka Bluton to bring the lead back up to 5 points. It was a quick start for the guys in blue, but Alas Pilipinas have been going to Buds Budin. He's delivered 3 points already. Desquitado and Malabunga both with 2 points, and Ramirez with a single point. Casanya goes middle.
Tagibolos one-on-one against Komiya. Just putting down the hammer and getting the 12th point for Alas Pilipinas.
Well, we have to see that again coming from Peng Tagibolos. Osaka responds right away. Jeschke with the attack.
Timing is going to be crucial for Alas Pilipinas. We know that Thomas Jeschke is a very tall player and he can also jump really high. You have to get the timing right if you want to get a good block.
Ero with the serve. It's a short one. Casania goes to Disquitado and another point for Jade.
3 points for Jade Disquitado.
13 serving 17. Serving for Alas
4-point game.
Invitationals.
Las Pilipinas pretty much still in this set number 1. Only within 4 points. Set back. Nilipat sa kanan. The dig by Casania. Disquitado. Down it goes. It's back-to-back points for Alas Pilipinas.
This is the transition defense that will work for Alas Pilipinas. Your defense has to be ready. Pag dumaan yan sa block, meron pang isang line of defense. When you put that ball up, anything can happen. Look at the transition. Kim Malabunga setting up Jade Disquitado for that kill. Oh,
this time it won't be stopped. Casania got the dig a while ago. Just let out a laugh after that attack from Nishida.
he knows it. He's always going to be at that advantage when he's up against a single block.
18 serving, 14 serving, Thomas Jeschke.
But you know, Neil, I know you know this as a player, being able to stop attacks like that gives you confidence.
Yeah. Malaking bagay yun for the confidence. I mean, just getting a dig, getting a good touch on the hits of Eugene Nishida and Thomas Jeschke. Substitution for Coach Frigoni. This is a defensive substitution. Ordiales will be manning the right pin.
Oh, but Osaka able to score another point.
Kim Malabunga was already there, but Komiya was just able to twist his body to avoid the block of Malabunga. Villados will now check in as the setter of Alas Pilipinas.
Of course, played for Arellano back in his college days. Liado's back set, so Disquitado will get another one, and he's now our top scorer.
He's feeling it. 5 points for the very young Jade Disquitado.
It's a good serve. Picked up though, that's set too low. Oh, another check. Third try for Osaka, and it's another block. Defensive machine. And look at the celebration. Kim Malabunga at the helm of that defense.
The crowd loving that defensive stop by Alas Pilipinas. Finally, we get a kill block against Eugene Nishida.
17 serving, 19.
Kim Malabunga has the right to say that he has blocked Nishida. But that one sails out. Too much adrenaline after that point.
There is a challenge on the floor from Coach Frigoni. They are hoping that the ball clipped that end line.
And that sequence a while ago, Neil, just goes to show that defensive plays are just as good as the offensive plays.
Mas mahirap kasing pumuntos from defense. So every time we get a defensive stop, it's really a cause for celebration.
Oh, is it gonna drop on the line? Yes, it does. And just like that, the lead, I believe, is just down to 2 points.
Lead is down to 1, 18
Or check that, it's actually just down to 1. 18-19 is the score. Oh, almost.
Nakamoto was just so crafty to disguise that soft touch well. Just fooling the defense of Ordiales.
Nishida about to serve, but Coach Frigoni will respond as he inserts Josh Ibanez into the lineup, replacing Jade Disquitado. He has played libero for Alas Pilipinas. Right now, for today, and maybe tomorrow, he'll be a spiker.
That is outside. Alas Pilipinas is within striking distance, just down by 1. Dito na matetest yung end game and composure, because this was also one of their problems during the CV League.
Yeah.
So hopefully they could address that in this game.
A crucial miss there, though, for Kim Malabunga. That allows Osaka to bring the lead back up to 2 points, 21-19. But I believe the lead was as big as 5 or 4 earlier. Budin. Lorenzo with a good read, just letting that ball sail out off the block, and a point for Buds Budin.
That's it for the substitution of Coach Fregona. Louis Ramirez will come back in.
Ordiales will serve. That's a good one. They go to Nishida. Oh, Ibanez able to pop it up. Play continues. That's Josh Ibanez defense for you. Budin. Got a touch. But that rally ends.
Point will go to Osaka Bluton after that sharp cross-court kill by Thomas Jeschke. So far, that has been his go-to angle. Look at that, just avoiding the double block of Alas Pilipinas.
2-point game, 22-20. Casanya looks ahead, back sets to Budin, down the line. Was the target, and it worked.
We're continuing to fight. 6 points for Buds Budin. Jade Disquitado will check back in. This is now going to be a full front line for Coach Fregoni.
Ibanez gets his teammates cheers as he goes back to the bench. 1-point game. That's going to be outside. A point off the block for Thomas Jeschke. He's been the go-to whenever they need a sure point. Alas Pilipinas will call for time.
Double block. Okay, so maybe sometimes the ball is in between. For a middle blocker, don't try to close, jump there, because they are using a middle blocker when they are late. Okay, we have to adjust the position of the defense. Maybe we are not used for this short angle, but it's not just for the defense. Also position 4 and position 2 has to go very quickly. Okay? Let's go!
Coach Fregoni was pointing out na baka hindi pa sila sanay dun sa sharp cross-court na pinapalo ni Thomas Jeschke. So, dito na pumapasok yung mga in-game adjustments. You have to adjust your defensive formation, not just in the back row, but also in the front line.
Yeah. Well, let's see what adjustments they will be making. Oh, there's a violation. There's referee Oliver. What I just... calling that rotational fault.
I think Eugene Nishida knew that it was going to happen.
3-point, 22-23 is the score. Nishida puts Osaka Bluton at set point.
No problem for UG. Just put up that ball. Siya na bahala. He's hitting at what? 80%?
Yeah.
90% efficiency.
24-22. Casania will go to Desquitado, and he scores another one. Not yet out of it. And it's back down to a 1-point lead.
That's a good sign from Alas Pilipinas. They're able to convert off these out-of-system plays.
It's an all-important serve here for Ramirez. So Coach Frigoni tell him, all out on this serve and try to score. Let's see what he will do. Oh! Just what Coach Frigoni ordered. And Louis Ramirez served it on a silver platter.
And the crowd is really enjoying this match. 24 all.
Extension of set number 1, 24 all. Hero goes back row to Jeschke.
That's going to be the tempo of their pipe attack. A little bit similar to that quick attack in the front. So kailangan mabilis talagang magbasa yung mga middle blockers ng Alas Pilipinas. But now we will be on the attacking end of this next rally.
Desquitado extends it once more.
Using his angles well. Challenging the shorter Yuji Nishida compared to the middle blocker in Akihiro Yamauchi. Finding zone 1 open.
25 all, Desquitado serving. But that clips in it and eventually went wide.
It will be Yuji Nishida on the service deck. We know that he has a wicked serve.
Let's see what he will make of this. And that is out. And he's had 3 of those service errors already here in the first set. Hasn't gotten that rhythm in that area. 26 all, Malabunga with a serve. They go middle to Yamauchi.
That's the thing, since similar yung timing ng middle blocker and pipe attack ng Osaka Bluton, nakakalito talaga yan for the middle blocker of Alas Pilipinas. That was such a loose block from our end.
Third set point already, or 4th set point for Osaka Bluton. Bodin responds.
That's
What a
Budin's version of a sharp cross-court angle. Again, confidence is at an all-time high after winning back-to-back Best Outside Hitter awards in the recent CB League.
You also have to talk about EJ Casania's distribution, knowing where to go. He serves for this one. It goes middle again. That's clearly inside. (28-27). We are not going anywhere. This is only the first set. Casania goes to Bodin. That's set back. And Thomas Jeschke ends it with that solid block to give set 1 to the Osaka Bluton. Let's take a look at what happened in that last play.
Jeschke saw that coming. Budin wanted to go down the line. Outstretched arms of Jeschke just prevented him from getting that point.
We'll be back with set 2 after this break. back inside the PhilSports Arena in Pasig for the Alas Pilipinas Invitationals. Set 1. We had a lot of action there, Neil, as we see the highlights of what happened.
We expected a strong team in Osaka Bluton, but ang maganda naman sa Las Pilipinas, they were able to showcase their own sets of skills. You were able to get our attack points because in the CV League, that was one of our concerns. But I feel like ang pinaka-importanting babantayan natin here in set number 2 would be our blocking pattern. I mean, dun tayo medyo naglalag behind compared sa Osaka Bluton, but we did better in the serving category and we kept our errors at the minimum, 7 and 6. So these are good numbers for both of our teams, but Osaka Bluton just really exemplified composure, great composure in the end game. Yan yung gusto nating makuha eh. Yung killer instinct when you're already near the finish line.
Right. We saw the fight from Alas Pilipinas in set number 1. They came back, almost got that first set, but eventually Osaka Bluton, as you mentioned, the composure and knowing where to go for those points. Thomas Jeschke just delivered clutch in that first set, and as well as Yamauchi delivered. We heard how loud the crowd was a while ago. That will continue up until later as we are awaiting the start of set number 2. Coach Frigoni huddling up Alas Pilipinas men. Crowd present inside the PhilSports Arena as they enjoy quality volleyball action from our national team and a club team from Japan.
When you take a look at the bench of Osaka Bluton, may mga Olympians pa dyan.
Yeah.
Still have Larry, you still have Tomita, Shoma. We also have another reinforcement, Cuban in Miguel Angel Lopez Castro.
So we'll see if they will be fielded in later. So there's this court switch. Nishida is the top scorer along with Jeschke for Osaka Bluton. Both have 7 points each.
Set number 2 for Osaka Bluton, serving Motoki Eo.
So set 2 underway here on One Sports Plus and on Pilipinas Live. Dip Dipianco together with Neil Flores and Doreen Soy Baguio, your broadcast team for this invitational match. Jade Disquitado starts off and draws the first blood for set number 2.
First one, set 2 to Alas Pilipinas. Service, EJ Quesada.
A quick response though from Jeschke.
Same angle, this time from the right pin. Just hitting all the right targets on the floor of Alas Pilipinas.
Serving Thomas Jeschke.
Jeschke will serve. Go middle, and that's a net touch. Omiya admits to it. Well, we saw in set number 1 how it was a bit of a slow start for Alas Pilipinas, but eventually we saw how they adjusted to the pace of the game. This guy in particular led the scoring output for Alas Pilipinas, talking about Putin, but that's a service error.
Putin already has 7 points in this game. Leading scorer is Jade Disquitado with 9. On the other hand, it's Jeschke with 8 and Nishida with 7.
Ramirez. That drops inside. And Las Pilipinas holding on to this 1-point lead.
That's just the first point of Luis Ramirez. Original position niya is really an outside hitter, but right now he is an opposite.
Oh, Ramirez able to save that one. Back with the blue shirts. So one-hand set, and Yamauchi using his offhand, but no problem.
It was an overpass already from Osaka Bluton, but Aero just saved that ball. One-hand set.
That is going to be a point for Osaka Bluton. That strong serve made it hard for Bodin to control that ball.
That will be the first ace also for Yuji Nishida.
Oh, this time it's out.
We're tied at 4. Serving Luis Ramirez.
Deadlock at 4-all. That one is out.
Ball is out.
Okay, Osaka Bluton will be challenging for a block touch. It was a 3-man block set up by Alas Pilipinas. It's the first time na nakapag-set up sila ng 3-man block, and it was because of the incredible serve.
A block touch challenge. For Osaka Bluton. I believe this is their first challenge. A while ago it was Alas Pilipinas who called. You can hear the crowd. These are fan favorites. And really players we look forward to seeing. Block touch.
Yep, nope. There was no block touch. Hindi rin nagbago yung spin ng bola.
Osaka Bluton will lose the challenge and they'll have one more. Set 2.
Las Pilipinas is now in the lead by a single point against the blue shirts.
5 serving 4. Nishida will attack and score.
Yuji Nishida into the ball.
This time it was Yuji Nishida off that back row. While ago it was Jeski dealing damage from that type attack. Now it's Yuji.
5-all is the score. Casanya will go for a 1-2.
DJ Casanya is loving that 1-2 play. It looks like he really asked for a tight pass para magawa niya yon. Just fooling all the defenders of Osaka Bluton on the other side.
Heads up play for EJ Casanya. Also had a great showing in that second leg of the CV League, which allowed Philippines to get the bronze over Vietnam. Aero does the same.
Binalikan.
Gets his own 1-2 play.
Tit for tat.
We're tied at 6 with Akihiro Yamauchi serving.
Nishida pops it up. They bump it to Jeski. Casanya back sets. Ramirez is denied. Budin, it's inside.
Great defensive sequence from Alas Pilipinas. They've been trying to figure out kung paano dedepensahan yung sharp cross ni Thomas Jeschke. Yun lang pala yung kailangan. They needed to set up a three-man block, provide a clear view for Vince Lorenzo.
Nishida. Oh! Budin gets a touch on it. Play continues. Jeschke. There's a touch.
It's a full touch. Return 7. Back serving for Osaka Buluton. Motoki.
Another deadlock here in set number 2. 7-all. Casanya tosses. Lorenzo with a save. Budin attacks and scores. And Alas Pilipinas will be the ones to send us to the first technical timeout. They're up by 1. 8-7 is the score.
Actually playing blindly tonight as they were not able to scout Alas Pilipinas anymore due to time constraints. What Coach Laurent says they're focused on instead is themselves, in particular in integrating their 2 new setters into the system, as well as the new players Miguel Angel Lopez Castro and Shoma Tumita. Meanwhile, Eugene Ishida told me that he's actually not 100% today, especially as he took 3 weeks off after the Olympics and was only able to join practice 5 days ago. But what do you think, Tipanil?
Well, Doreen, if he's not yet in 100%, I don't know what 100% would look like as he scores that point.
50% pa lang ata yun.
I mean, well-deserved though after the Olympics, Neil, to take a 3-week break. Just coming back to practice 5 days ago. Well, he's been one of the top 2 scorers here for this match. 1 point lead still for Alas Pilipinas. It's 9-8.
What a tight second set we're seeing.
Yeah, I was gonna ask, what is it that Alas Pilipinas is doing differently as Jeschke will send that out? What's better here for Alas Pilipinas in set 2 that's allowing them to get this 2-point lead?
We've been very consistent in serving. I mean, makita naman natin, we've taken Osaka Bluton out of system multiple times already.
Yeah.
That's why pag ganyan yung nangyayari, we get to set up our 3-man block. So it's easier to read kung saan mapupunta yung bola. We still have to take care of that serve.
Yeah. So still a very close set number 2 here. Casanya sets up Budin. And that's a free ball for Jade Disquitado. And that's how you go for a kill.
Thank you for the gift, says Jade Discutado. He's also on fire, finally reaching the double-digit mark, tying the output of Yuji Nishida.
Back to a 2-point lead. Nishida, down it goes.
jumps so high. He's a lefty. So much control dun sa atake niya. Sobrang linis din ng mga angulong pinupuntahan niya. And that's just years and years of experience and exposure in the big leagues.
But again, a service error for Nishida. That's probably the only flaw he's had in this game so far. Multiple service errors, but the attacking has been excellent for Nishida. Ooh, Nakamoto. Solid hit as well.
One of the things that we really appreciate pag nanonood tayo ng Japanese volleyball would be their form. Look at the wrist action of Nakamoto.
.11 serving 12. That's on the other side, but Eno just touching the net.
Too aggressive, wanted to go for that power tip.
And I think he also was not super sure if he wanted to set it up.
Yeah.
Then decided to attack.
There was a little bit of hesitation, I guess. It was an overpass from Yamauchi.
Oh, that's another point coming from Nishida.
Okay, Vince Lorenzo was already there. The ball was just too fast, too strong para makontrol. Now, Larry will check in to replace Komiya. Larry is also coming off their stint in the Olympics and the VNL.
And he gets the cheers from the crowd. 12 serving 13. Casania. Ramirez, that is a point.
Yes, there was a check ball from the block. So Alas Pilipinas will maintain this 2-point lead.
Serving 12, serving for the Philippines,
Oh, they give it to Larry, but it's sent back by Tagibolos.
Make that a 3-point lead for Team Philippines.
15, serving 12.
This is the biggest lead for Alas Pilipinas so far at 3 points. Budin gets a touch. Sent back. Jeschke slow down. Casania will set up the play. And the point for Buds Budin.
Momentum is clearly on the side of the white shirts. Very impressive 4-point lead against Osaka Bluton.
Here we go to the second technical timeout.